Relationships are extremely important, but the thing that isn't highlighted or we're not necessarily taught as young children, and I'm not speaking to everybody, but a lot of us are not necessarily taught how to connect with ourselves. Who cares what we truly want, right? It's actually more so what is okay in society, what we've been conditioned to believe about ourselves and about life. And then there's who we actually are and our true purpose, which means that basically as a child, we're constantly being taught how to connect with others, be nice to others, play nice with others, respect others, listen to others, but not necessarily to ourselves. So we're not exactly the versions of ourselves that can say, this is authentically who I am. We actually are just the version of ourselves that we've been conditioned to believe we are. Society has told us to be, who we may aspire to be. And then who we actually are gets hidden underneath everything, especially the versions of ourselves that we don't necessarily love. What I've learned, especially when it comes to relationships in general, right? So I'm not even just talking like person to person. I mean, every relationship we have, from the relationships we have with animals to objects, right? To the relationship we have with, where we shop and how we look, our style, things of that sort. What I've really learned is that it evolves based off of how deeply you get to know yourself and how much you get to know yourself. Every decision that I've ever made in my entire life, the relationship that I had with my work situation, the relationships that I had with money, the relationships that I had with people, all of that came back to who I was. And a lot of us are pretending to be something that we're not, and we don't even know it because we are simply just operating subconsciously based off of what we've learned.